front end, which the part uses interact with that includes the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The front end is inside the front end folder and has three files: the index.html, style.css, and script.js. First is the index.html. So this is the structure of the app. It has an input box for adding tasks, a button to submit them, and a list or UL where task appears. It also links to style.css for design and script.js for functionality. Next is the style.css. This file makes the app look good. It sets colors, fonts, and layout. Completed tasks get a strike-through effect, and button change color when hovered over. Last is the script.js. This is the brain of the front end. It does three main things: fetches tasks from the backend and displays them using the fetch to-dos. Add new tasks, post requests to the API when click the add button. Handles task completion and deletion. Put and delete requests to update or remove a task. Now let's head over to Lishan to explain the backend.
Thanks, Almira. Hey everyone, I'm Lishan and I'm going to explain the backend API in PHP. The backend is inside the API folder and it has one main file, todos.php. This file acts as a bridge between the front end and the database. So let's break it down step by step. The file starts by setting headers. These allow the front end to talk to the backend and tell the browser it can accept different request types like get, post, put, and delete. So to connect the database, we use the PDO or PHP data objects to connect securely to MySQL. If the connection fails, an error message is sent. And in handling CRUD operations, get retrieves all tasks from the database and sends them as JSON to the front end. The post is it takes a new task from the front end and add it to the database. The put updates a task title or completion status, while delete moves a task based on its ID. So in short, this PHP file listens for requests from the front end, interacts with the database, and sends responses back. Now, I will explain the database side.
Thanks, Lishin. Good day, sir. I'm Edgar Clen Cobero Jr. and I am the one who set up the database for this app. So we use MySQL to store the tasks. The database is called Todo-app with an underscore, and inside it we have a table named to-dos. So here's what the table looks like. Dash ID, which is integer, then auto increment and primary key. So we also have the title, which is now varchar and not null. So dapat na-i value. So dapat tayo completed, which is boolean na true or false. So ang ID, a unique number for each task. It auto increments when another task is added. So title, the task name. So for example, buy groceries, throw the garbage, or study. So it must have a value since naka-not null siya. So completed, a boolean, so true or false. That tracks if the task is done. So on default value niya kay false. So when the PHP backend talks to this database, it can add, update, or remove tasks. This is how everything connects. Yep. And if we ever wanted to expand, we could add user authentication or categories to make the app more powerful.